High temperatures in the lower 80s.
All right, we'll be right back. Oh, look at her.
She's very, very well behaved.
Gracie?
Gracie.
And she's up for adoption. We'll talk to our pet experts coming up on First News AM. Tummy, rub my tummy.
Pet Talk this morning. This is Gracie. She is up for adoption, as we've been saying all morning. She's about 3 years old.
Well, actually, closer to 2.
Closer to 2? Okay.
Yeah.
But she's so well behaved. She perked up right here when we said 1 minute away, and she's ready to go.
And she said, where's my camera?
That's right.
Which one is my close-up?
She's a diva.
Here,
Right. And we're talking today about dogs being outside during cooler weather, and we're all delighted. The weather's turning a little cool now, which is great, but for dogs like Gracie, and as you can see, she's trimmed up very nicely and everything, you might want to skip on some of those grooming sessions, let them get a little bit furrier for the winter weather.
Either that or fit them for sweaters.
Right, and seriously.
They shed more. I mean, what can you do about that?
Well, actually, this shedding season is about done. Shedding will take place during the spring, maybe during August, September. We get into October, November. They're into the phase where they're woollying up. And all of this underneath coat stuff is going to get nice and warm to keep them toasty during the winter months. But you don't want to just shove them out the door comes November, November, December. You need to kind of get them acclimated a little bit at a time. So this is the time of year when, if you have a fenced yard or you like to spend time outside 2 or 3 hours a day, a couple times a day, to prepare them, gets them a little bit used to it. Set up your dog houses now, so that they know that it's a good place to be.
Dog houses, but prepare ahead of time for the water, unless you want to run the bucket brigade.
Absolutely.
When you get the freezes.
Right, and there are some products that you can put water outside, because even if it's cold, they need to be able to have drinking water.
Yes.
You don't want it frozen. So there's products you can go to Petco, PetSmart, some of these places that have little heaters in them that keeps the water from freezing over, and that's a really good way to take care of that.
Now, I've seen a lot of people put coats on their dogs,
Yes.
but it's not time yet. I mean, their coat's thick enough that they're fine. Don't worry about them. You may be cold, but they're okay.
Right, and unless you have something like a little Chihuahua that's very thinly coated, and they tend to shiver a little bit anyway, those are the dogs that are going to need a little bit of extra help. If you put coats on these dogs now, that's going to prevent them from getting as much coat as they're going to need during
Well,
the
it's
winter.
also a matter of their own health. If a dog is stressed or has lost weight, has been ill, and is needing to gain weight again, they're going to need more protection.
Right, and older dogs that have lost some muscle mass, they don't have the ability to keep themselves as warm as a vital two-year-old, 3-year-old dog. So you're going to need to provide a little bit more nutrition for them. Puppy chow, rather than adult dog chow, has more calories. So if you have a dog that needs to be out in the weather more, increase the feeding or give them a higher calorie food so they can burn more energy, keep more warm.
What about bringing them in at night?
Absolutely, that's a good idea. You can do that.
Put them in the garage?
You can put them in the garage, as long, just getting them out of the wind
That's
and
right.
the
We
wet.
have a corner in the covered porch right by the door, and it's a puppy pile. This morning, there was the Doberman, the Pit Bull Mastiff, this one, the Lhasa Apso, all in a pile, just for body heat.
Right. And if you do have a dog house out there, don't think about having something enormous for this size dog. The way they stay warm is their own body heat heats the area.
More compact.
So, right, more compact, something that's just going to be enough for them to go in there, turn around, curl up, and their body heat warms it.
Put an old blanket, maybe.
Put on an old blanket. Straw works really, really well.
Okay.
Just be sure to change it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because straw also works really well for fleas.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's great if you can bring them in, but if you cannot, now's the time to get them used to it. Don't just dump them out, when the weather turns nasty.
Well, like we said, Gracie is up for adoption.
Yes.
Tommy, tell us a little bit more about her.
Well, she, as I say, she's about 2 years old. She came with 2 other doggies who had a loving owner who realized she just did not have time to care for and spend time with these little dogs. So she knew that they'd find a good home with us. So they are.
She looks like Lady from Lady and the Tramp.
Yes,
we were
she
saying
does.
earlier.
And we have Tramp too.
They do? Yeah. Oh, they could go as a pair.
Yeah.
Well, and actually, I mean, we're going to, next Pet Talk, we're going to talk about putting costumes on your pet for Halloween. And so
Yes.
maybe they can come back as Lady and the Tramp and we can do some fun
If
stuff.
you can find the costumes for it, I'm sure we can do it. It won't take much. Are you comfortable,
I
Gracie?
think she is, yes. I think she's
All
very
right,
comfortable.
there was the number there, so if you need to call Tommy, give her time to get
Give her
home.
time
That's
to
the
get
rule.
home. That's right.
Absolutely.
You know the rule. All right, that's all the time we have for now. And like we said, next time we're talking about Halloween costumes and how to keep your pet protected. Coming up next, it's Tom's 7-day forecast. Stay with us.